Well, hey, how y'all doing? Good to see everyone this glorious, glorious day. We're doing a kind of a late night, excuse me, late night video here and sort of keeping things going. Well, what did I learn from the 1K challenge? As we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers here on the channel. In order to do well on YouTube, you have to post videos on YouTube, and that's what we're doing. I don't know if you remember, if you know, if you've been paying attention, because most of us have just simply stopped paying attention to it. That's the fun part. Excuse me, let me get my yes. I drink coffee 24/7, baby. What to say? I love the smell of jet fuel in the morning. My friend, Premier One driver, Greg Minks, thank you so much for the cup. All right. Most of us had stopped paying attention to COVID for a while. Let's just be honest. I don't know if YouTube's going to like this, but it's the truth. Most of us had just simply stopped paying attention. Most of us who work somewhere had gone back to work. Most communities, I would say, almost all communities have ended wearing a mask. Although the Department of Justice is still fighting to have masks worn on airplanes and on Amtrak trains. Maybe this will stop it. The World Health Organization has declared that COVID-19 no longer represents a global health emergency. Okay. The statement represents a major step forward, ending the pandemic, and comes 3 years after it's first declared its highest level of alert over the virus. Officials said that the virus death rate has dropped from a peak of more than 100,000 people a week in January of 2021 to just over 3,500 on April 24th. The head of the World Health Organization said that at least 7 million people have died in the pandemic. Now, again, I don't want to start talking about medical misinformation because YouTube will try to strike this down because of medical information. I'm not trying to tell you anything that you don't already know. I'm definitely not trying to tell you what to do. I don't give a rat's patoot what you do. I don't care. You can wear a mask, you can wear two masks, and the box it came in wrapped on your head, and you can cover your head in, I don't know, saran wrap. I don't care what you do. Where I work in my part-time job, there are still people, employees and guests, who are still masking up. I don't know if this was the decision that they were waiting on. I don't know. Or if it's become sort of a psychological thing to sort of hide who you are. And that's part of mask wearing. Or they were waiting for Dr. Tedros to say that the true figure was likely closer to 20 million deaths, nearly 3 times the official estimate, and warned that the virus remains a significant threat. Maybe they're waiting for that. Now, what we found out in the United States is this, that almost everybody who died with COVID was counted as COVID death. And that was incorrect. There were health officials in major cities saying exactly what I just told you. That if you died with COVID, you were counted a COVID death. Now, and I can tell you why. Because COVID became an industry. I told you 3 years ago, if COVID became an industry, we would never be rid of it. That it would last much longer than it had to. Yesterday, the emergency committee met for the 15th time and recommended to Tedros, Dr. Tedros of WHO, not the band, maybe he should be in the band, that he declare an end to the public health emergency of international concern. I've accepted that advice, and therefore, with great hope, that I declare COVID-19 over as a global health emergency, Dr. Tedros said. He added that the decision has been considered carefully for some time and made on the basis of careful analysis of data. But he warned the removal of the highest level of alert does not mean that the danger was over, and said that the emergency status could be reinstated if the situation changed. They want to know, they want you to know that they want everybody in the world to know that they are still the purveyors, the deciders of what happens in the world still. Although what they've learned is that most people have gone back to their lives. Not just here in the United States where I am, but where you are in you know what in all of Europe and Asia and South America, and you've gone back to your lives. So many people I know that are vacationing. They're headed to Italy, and Italy was the epicenter. They're headed to Italy. Italy's been shut down tight for 3 years, and now it needs tourist dollars. It needs to get its economy going, right? So Tedros says the worst thing any country can do now is to use this news as a reason to let down its guard. Listen to this, because this is extremely important. To dismantle its systems that it's built, or send the message to its people that COVID-19 is nothing to worry about. Well, polio is something to worry about if you get it, right? Right? Scarlet fever, something to worry about if you get it. But it's not something that we think about a lot, right? We don't think about polio. Someone say we don't think about polio because of the vaccines. We don't think about polio because it's been pretty much eradicated. We don't think about scarlet fever for the same reason. We don't think about the common cold because it doesn't kill most people. We don't think about pneumonia unless you have a whole bunch of other stuff going on, right? The World Health Organization first declared COVID-19 to be a public health emergency of international concern, or a PHEIC, in January of 2020. This signaled the need for a coordinated global action to protect people from the new virus. Not a new virus, or is it a new virus? Is there any such thing as a new virus? It will now be up to individual countries to continue to manage COVID in the way they think best. Well, quite frankly, I believe it should have always been up to individual countries to manage COVID as they think best. And I'll take that down to even a further level. That is up to individual states and regions to protect their people from COVID and anything else as they see fit. I'll take that down one more level. It's up to the cities and the counties to protect their people as they see fit. I'll take it one more level. It's up to the individual on how they protect themselves from COVID-19 or anything else. Not the World Health Organization. Definitely not Dr. Tedros and the World Health Organization. Now, what we've learned in all this is something interesting has happened here in the United States. Dr. Rochelle Walensky is now stepping down as the head of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The White House confirmed on Friday. So in just a couple of months, we've been able to get rid of Dr. Anthony Fauci. And it seems like Rochelle Walensky is also really good. Going to fade into the woodwork. Now you have to wonder why that is. I know. You just can't. I'm looking a gift horse in the mouth. I know, but it isn't like I trust any of these people. It makes me think that something is on the horizon. Something bad is on the horizon that both Dr. Fauci and Walensky do not want to be in the public eye when it hits. Now, here's what they say. As director of the CDC, she led a complex organization on the front lines of a once-in-a-generation pandemic with honesty and integrity. She marshaled our finest scientists and public health experts to turn the tide on the urgent crisis we faced. He continued. Dr. Wendolinsky, this is Joe Biden, Dr. Walensky leaves a stronger institution, better positioned to confront health threats and protect Americans. We have all benefited from her service and dedication to public health. I wish her the best in her next chapter. It sounds like something that was written by GPT Chat 4. I just started playing with that. And this sounds like it was written by an AI chatbot. The announcement comes days before the Biden administration ends its public health emergency. Now, on top of that, Title 42 is set to end in 5 days. There are, by some accounts, there are 30,000 illegal immigrants that have their faces pressed against the glass, waiting to invade this country. And by some estimates, there are over 700,000. I guess it's somewhere in between. That on the 11th, when this title expires, and now it expires because there is no longer a international or global health emergency, what are the border states going to experience? Yes, it's all tied together. Now, Walensky didn't specifically cite why she was stepping down, noting that in a letter, Biden said she had mixed feelings about the decision. She did say that the country is in a moment of transition with the emergency declaration ending. Well, I guess that she wasn't going to be in the spotlight anymore. I guess she had made all the money that she was going to be able to make. One of the comments here on Town Hall is, congratulations to the newest board member / executive, signed Pfizer or Moderna or J&J, probably Pfizer, Smith Glaxon or whatever, that she moves from this position to a board member of one of the big drug companies. You think? Yeah. That's probably exactly what happens. Alrighty. What do you think? Write it down in the comments. Please write it down in the comments. And if you like what we do, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Click the notification bell so you will know when we post. And tell your friends about us. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody. And for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.